why Odin was perfectly casted in God of War Ragnarok. All right. I've noticed that some people wish that Odin's voice was deeper, more gravitas, like a like I'm a god, like Zeus, right? But see, they casted someone who doesn't have that type of voice because Odin, by nature, is a manipulator, a schemer. He's not about ultimate power. He's about control, right? And when you have a deep voice, it's very hard to be as deceptive as someone who just talks. Look, all I want is just answers. I, I don't want to kill anybody. Whereas if he said, I don't want war, I don't want to kill anybody, it's like, yeah, right. you know, when you have the lighter voice and just the mannerisms that he had, it came off as, oh man, he's just an old guy who, everybody got it wrong about him. He isn't about control. He's about just wanting answers, right? He isn't about power, but he is about control. And see, you gotta understand that a deep voice isn't as good for manipulating. You understand? Case in point, in the game, these are spoilers. Right now, I'm being spoiling. Odin constantly insults Thor, talks crazy, said his sons were worthless, and didn't seem like it was an issue that they got killed. If Odin had a deep voice and was insulting Thor like that, Thor would be like, yo, I'm gonna smash this dude's head in while he's not even paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's there are levels to manipulation, okay? And them casting Richard Schiff as Odin was perfect. You get somebody who sounds like Kratos. Kratos doesn't seem like someone who can manipulate you into doing something. He's burned his village to the ground. Even back when T.C. Carson was doing it. It's like, you know, Christopher Judge and T.C. Carson both brought deepness to Kratos' voice. And he sounds like the God of War. Odin is a different type of character. You know what I mean? He's not big buff, muscular, you know, just Greek god like Zeus is. And if they would have made him like that, then I couldn't see Atreus believing in him for a moment. I couldn't see Freya marrying him. I couldn't see Thrud believing that, oh, he's just grandfather, you know, who's okay, and you know, he's just trying to find answers. No, it wouldn't have worked. So yeah, that's just my perspective on the situation. Shoot, this game had me for a moment actually believing Odin and believing that he wasn't a threat and we were the bad guys as the player. There's a few times in the game where you run up and kill folks who aren't even actively trying to attack you. They might be. There was a couple of parts where you gotta kill people who are praying at a tomb, or there'll be some beasts in some area that is off the main path and ain't doing shit to nobody, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And we run up and kill them, you know? So it's like they wrote the story and casted the right people to make you question whether Odin wasn't as bad as people say he was. You think about the first game of this reboot, 2018 God of War. Mimir was saying a lot of stuff about in the boat stories. He was telling a lot of the different ways that Odin manipulated people. And of all these stories, he manipulated a lot of wise people, people who could see the future, people who had powers, all of that. He was just playing everybody. Um, and Mimir said it. He's about control. He controlled all of the everything in the nine realms and all of that. He would, you know, be aiming for the mental aspect more than the physical domination aspect, you know. Even in the game, in God of War Ragnarok, him bringing those Midgardians to Asgard during Fimbulwinter, it came off as a nice gesture, right? Like, oh wow, Odin, is looking out for people from another realm. You know what I'm saying? But no, he saw into the future and saw that if Ragnarok came, putting those Midgardians in the way would get them killed. So hey, he don't care about them. So hey, put them right there in the way, so that they can get crushed by Ragnarok and all of the war. You know, but initially it came off as a kind gesture. You know, Odin was playing 4D chess, and he was steps ahead of everybody. Think about another spoiler, of course. Think about his deception with Tyr, where he was the fake Tyr, right? Odin and Tyr, if you go back and watch it after finding out, Odin and Tyr was saying a lot of the same. Odin as Tyr was saying a lot of the same things as Odin regular. He didn't want war. He just wanted answers. All that, and it was very convincing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, Tio's been locked up for so long. I mean, he was already against war back in the day, so of course he's gonna be shell shocked and against war completely. But at the same time, Odin played him because they knew that chances are he'd be shell shocked being locked up for so long. So he was just leagues ahead of them, you know, um, casting little doubts and not showing up to help when the realm tears occurred until everything was already done. You know, his pacifist nature, that Tyr's pacifist nature was something that he distorted and made it seem like Tyr was just a weak person, weak god. You know, it was a whole another level of thinking. Odin was a badass in this right here, and you need to put some respect on his name. Anybody who's believing that Odin should have sounded like Zeus and had such a more deep voice, and it wouldn't have worked. It just wouldn't have worked. It would have been just a Zeus clone, and easily someone who you'd be like, okay, that's the bad guy. But the way they played it, it was very wise. Anyway, I felt like I wanted to make this video. I left this comment summarizing what I'm saying in this video. I left a comment on someone else's comment who was saying that they should have made Odin with more of a deep voice. You know? So yeah, that's my perspective. That's my interpretation of the situation. Alright? I'll talk to y'all later. This is Bucho McFly, also known as Deshaun Payton. Y'all have a good one. Peace.